Alright guys, I've attempted this once before with little luck, replacing the passenger side deal. So here's what the manual called for. The manual called for popping this out, so be careful not to lose this. You're going to just place it in the seat. And then you remove this little screw right here.
Right there.
Okay, so you pop this little screw out. Then this little thing just comes off. Alright? You hit a little button there and you pull the tweeter out. Now, 1, 2, 3 nuts are exposed. And I was like, oh, well, this is going to be really easy to do. But when I popped those out, I realized that the actual connectors are down in here. So now we have to try and take this thing off, which it looks like it may have been before, because we have a crack here, we have a crack there. This just lifts out like that. I don't even know if y'all can see that. But yeah, it looks like somebody's gone in before and done this. So we're going to try and pull this off. So apparently there's a screw right up in here. And like I said, it looks like somebody's been in here before. As a matter of fact, I mean, these cars are so old, you can't really get one. There we go. There's a screw. Alright, now they said to pull this off. Let's see here. Can we pull that out? There we go. Alright, so we pulled that out. And they said there were 2 screws. It looks like 1, 2. Looks like we have 2. This is why I like the screwdriver, because it gives me multiple things at once. So let's see here. Once we pull these 2 bad boys out, this thing may have been knocked off so many times it doesn't even have any retainer pins. So from the forums I read that it takes 2. That feels firmly in place. This connects up. I'm not feeling any more screws up here. Alright, so looks like I'm going to go go get some pry tools that I bought. And we'll see how this works. Okay guys, this could be a total disaster. I bought these at Harbor Freight. Apparently there are a couple of little tabs we have to pop out here. Okay, there went the 2. Alright, I can see why this is breaking. Okay, there we go. Alright, I see what's going on here. Boom. That is why it was busted. Because the first person to come along messed that up. Alright, now notice the person that was in here before me took off the plastic weather thing that goes right here. What we're looking for, here's our new mirror. What we're looking for, these 2 clips, which look like they're held in place right here. So while I go digging around here for a second, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Let me dig around, then I'll show y'all what's up. So the engineers were kind enough to put these little retainer clips on the outside. So if you take your finger and you stick it up in here, you can pop those retainer clips out. I was really afraid they were going to be pressed up against the sheet metal, but they weren't. So that's cool. That's good to know. So now I'm going to go ahead and find, I think it's a 13 millimeter, I can't remember. But I'm going to go ahead and find ratchet that I can pull that out with. Well, I was wrong. It's an 11. So we have our 11, righty tighty, lefty loosey. I'm going to save that. So I'm pretty sure it's this plastic thing right here that's holding this on. So pull this bad boy out. I hope this is in focus. Okay, so we have our old mirror out, and the problem with that is, and I glued it in, but it was even worse when I bought it. This flops around a lot, especially at high speed. So here we go with the reinstallation. Oh, look, they came with the nuts. Nice. Okay, so I've got to run everything back through. There we go. Excellent. We'll go ahead and we'll pop her in here. Good. Of course, nothing goes right. Luckily, I have this. And boom. Have to pull it back out. Alright, let's try and plug everything back in. Now, if I remember correctly, this one right here plugs into this. Excellent. It actually feels like a good attachment. This one right here. Plugs it. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Now let's try her out. I hope this works. Alright, so we are going to zoom in on the mirror here. That worries me. That worries me a lot. I may have to tighten that up here in a second. Okay, movement works. I'm very happy with that. My movement worked on the other one. Like I said, it was just the problem with the other one. Movement worked. The problem was just this whole housing just blew around in the wind. So this whole housing would just flop around. But look, we got boom, boom, excellent. Everything's working. I'll find out about the heater, which again in Houston, the only reason I would ever use the heater is like on a really foggy morning. That does help. So now let's tighten everything back up and put the door panel back in.